Welcome back to the show. My guests tonight are the stars of the upcoming Clark University Player Society production, Psychosis 448. Please welcome Alexandra Tennant, and Windham Maxwell. Woo! Yeah, you guys rock. All right, please have a seat. Thank you for being on the show tonight. So, tell us a little about this play. What is this?
That's a good question.
Yeah. I mean, it's a play about suicide, isn't it? So it's something light.
Oh yeah, it's a little bit of a dark comedy. No, just kidding. That's an awful thing to say. It's not so much. It's considered a suicide play, but it's also a play about madness and how a person kind of descends into manic depression and what becomes of that in the long run.
Yeah, it was written by Sarah Kane, who's a British playwright, and it's considered by many to be her suicide note, since it was produced 3 months after she died.
Mm-hmm.
Really? So is suicide a major theme? Are there other things about like life and death that are important here?
That's a good question as well. Well, it's a story about one woman and what it's like for her in that world, in psychosis, in her world of psychosis. And it's about treatment and when a person's treated for manic depression and treated for psychosis and how often it doesn't work. And the person, I don't want to say it's not a hopeful play, because it is, but definitely is the darker side of hope.
What sort of person do you think, what sort of audience would be interested in this play?
I think it could appeal to a wide range of people. I mean, you know, it could be interesting for everybody to sort of get some sort of insight into the way somebody feels when they're going through something like this. I think not only interesting, but useful and important for relating to other people who are, you know, experiencing something like this. On the other side of it, it's also a spectacle. I mean, you know, if you like watching things happen, you know, like wild production of a play, you know, it's visually very stimulating. So.
I think that one of the most beautiful things about 448 Psychosis is that everyone at some point in life has experienced melancholy, and that it's not just exclusive to somebody who's mad, and that anybody who sees this play can take something out of it and recognize on stage what it's like to be in that place, and that you aren't that character, and that you can get through the depression or melancholy or just, you know, everyday sadness. And I think it's for everybody. I definitely recommend queuing up a Disney movie afterwards, though.
I addressed you as the stars of the show when you came on, but of course that's not true.
No.
What is the format with the actors? What's that like?
It's very ensemble oriented. I mean, you know, we're all on stage at the same time, a lot of the time, you know, coming off and on. So it's definitely an ensemble production.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would say. Danny has this image of you call it the pyramid of psychosis, and where one person is at the top and everyone else supports the top's the wrong word, but like, you know, supports this madness and like support this image of madness, and it's really a play about everyone who's in it contributes equally.
Alexandra.
Yes.
You have nice earrings, and also you have no hair. What's up with that?
Thank you for the earring comment. But the character in the play shaves her head, and in a state of a lot of anger, a lot of helplessness, and a lot of desperation, the line is shaved her head and cut her arms with a razor blade. and it was really important to Danny and to me to experience that and what that feels like, to completely eliminate a very important image that a lot of people associate themselves with. So it's a very important part of the show, and that's not it.
Now, where is this going to be happening? Where can the audience go to come see this upcoming show?
It's going to be at the Little Center tomorrow, which is Thursday, so it'll be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 8 p.m.
All right, well, we're looking forward to that show. Thanks for being on.
Thank you very much.
Here at Clark University, we have so many students who have just so many talents, and there's so many wonderful things about them. But tonight, I have a guest who people have called him the finest actor of his generation. Please welcome Ryan Cullen! Woo! Ryan, nice to have you on, sir.
Nice to be here.
All right, so tell me what it is you're doing. You're with the Creative Actor class, and you guys are going to have a final performance.
Right. This is a class that runs from Tuesdays 6 to 9. It is a class that kind of teaches about improv, different elements about improv acting. We do papers and stuff, and write journals. It's kind of like a way to reflect our thoughts and make us more comfortable with the class. And it's a really good class. It's definitely. I've learned a lot. I'm sure a lot of people have too. So it kind of brings you out of your shell if that's not your thing. But it was a good experience.
Sure. This final performance, this whole show is improv.
Yes, the entire show is improv.
How many people are going to be doing improv?
Well, it depends. If everyone shows up, about 22 people. And so hopefully everyone's there, because this is an assessment kind of on how the class has gone for them. It is our sort of final exam in performance form. And it will be at the Little Center Sunday at 6. But yeah, so what we do is we'll play a lot of games, more short form games, which is kind of just short little skits that we kind of make up ourselves.
I myself am going to be taking this class next semester. Is this something you would recommend, or are you going to tell me to drop out now?
No, I would definitely recommend it. It's a change of pace from your other classes. This is a class where it's active. There is some moving around, and what it is, what I really learned from this class is that everybody comes from everyone has a different personality. They come from different backgrounds. Sometimes this isn't their thing, but everyone has some humor in it. A lot of times it's not shown, but in this class, people come out of their shells, and some people it's just really funny when you don't expect it. So yeah, I would recommend this class. It's definitely kind of a new, if you've never done this before, it will be a new experience, and it does count towards perspective, AP perspective. So
that's always good. Yes. Are you looking into pursuing acting further?
I've always kind of had visions of myself being an actor or something like that, but at the moment I'm majoring in management, so acting for me would just kind of be like a side thing.
Feels good, doesn't it?
It does feel good.
All right. Well, thank you for being on the show.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Ryan, hope we can have you again sometime, maybe.
Of course.
The show is
the final performance for Creative Actor at the Little Center, Sunday at 6.
Thank you. Space. The final frontier. Or is it? Remember folks, challenge convention, change our world. I'm Kieran O'Donoghue. Good night.